Hello, my name is Steve Curran. I'm a longtime local boat broker, and this is Friendship. Friendship has been mine for the last 11 years, and my wife BJ and I have spent 11 wonderful years using her and 9 years living aboard. You're looking at the main salon in our motor yacht Friendship. You'll see a flat screen television on the aft bulkhead. Next to it, nice set of cabinets that has a lot of room for a lot of storage. And you'll notice the custom teak woodwork that's been highly finished and refinished over the years. And you'll also see a very nice leather couch there that we purchased about 5 or 6 years ago. Also noticeable is our interior steering station, complete with all the electrical panels down below and the tank gauges. This is a plus if you ever wanted to be driving the boat in rough weather. It also gives you redundancy. If you were ever to have a failure up above with either the steering or the shift or the throttle or anything, you have another steering station that you could jump into and take over. Never happened. The only time we've probably ever used this is coming in and out of the slip, but it was always there if we needed it. This is Friendship's engine room, and this is one of the more positive aspects of this boat. She's powered with two Volvo 308 horsepower diesel engines, TAMD 61As. This is the right power plant for this boat. There were some other options. One of the other options were smaller engines of about 220 horsepower. Frankly, that makes this boat a trawler. And the other options were Caterpillar big 3208s, which generated about the same horsepower, but were a lot heavier, which took away some performance, and it also took away some of the accessibility to the backside of the engine that is really important for servicing and handling problems. This engine on the starboard side of the boat has only 11 hours on it. It was completely rebuilt, brand new sleeves, pistons, rings, valves. It's a brand new engine with 12 hours on it. The port engine has 1,200 hours on it, and it's been properly maintained. We've owned this boat for 11 years, and we bought it from the original owner. You'll see to the side of each engine fuel tanks. This boat carries a total of 585 gallons of fuel, which gives it quite a bit of range, especially if you're modest in your speed. And to my front, the boat's stern is an Onan generator that powers the boat when you're away. This boat, the Onan has 1,111 hours on it right now, and gives you complete AC power when you're at sea. We find ourselves not using that tremendously because we have a good battery supply, and we also have an inverter that allows us to handle most of our AC needs. And so we find ourselves, when we're at Catalina or we're away, we probably run the engine a total of 2 hours, an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening, and that keeps us fully charged. Welcome to Friendship's Galley. You'll notice this is a new propane stove. We actually replaced the electrical stove that was virtually new on this boat. My wife prefers to deal with gas, to cook with gas, so we put a new propane stove in it. Kind of some custom spice racks. She's done a nice job of preparing some wonderful meals in this galley over the last 11 years. This is a front-loading refrigerator that we replaced probably about 8 years ago. It's new, and having lived aboard with the old type sailboat reefers that you had to climb in from the top, this was a huge positive step forward for us to have a normal sort of refrigerator. So this is a wonderful liveaboard, and I can't imagine more room in a 47 47-foot 47-foot boat. This is where our puppy Sailor and BJ and I spent 9 of the last 11 years and enjoyed them all. This is our forward cabin, our guest cabin, where our guests spend the night when we have them. You'll notice the highly finished teak throughout the whole cabin, and you'll see a good-sized berth and a good closet off to the starboard rear and a good full head to the port rear. Very nice place for guests to be. Welcome to the master cabin on Friendship. You'll notice, as throughout the boat, a lot of beautiful custom teak work, well finished, a lot of custom nightstands on both sides of the king-size double berth with a real good solid mattress, 2 large hanging lockers, private head here with the private stall shower. Both heads, by the way, have freshwater toilets that were replaced in the recent past. Freshwater on board a boat is very important. Freshwater toilets are very important in terms of controlling odor. And once you ever get an odor on a boat, it's very hard to get it out. So saltwater has its own odor. So saltwater toilets are not good in the long run on keeping a boat fresh. This boat has freshwater toilets. Welcome to the aft deck on Friendship. Note that she's fully enclosed. This is brand new isinglass here. We just replaced it probably 3 months ago. This is one of my favorite rooms or cabins on this boat, although maybe it's more like a patio, but it being fully enclosed, it allowed so much versatility. My wife used to keep her sewing machine out here, and in the rain it was oftentimes just a beautiful thing. We've seen so many fireworks and wonderful things back here, enjoyed so many friends, and on a bright sunny day it was just a wonderful place to meet. This is the bar. We've got an ice maker that was just replaced maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and a fully enclosed bar with a sink and a nice coffee maker that allows us to make hot chocolate or coffee or decaf, whatever we need on a moment's notice. And again, this is one of the more livable parts of this boat. One of the nice things about this boat is there's so many little separate cabins that allow for privacy, yet a lot of people. As I said once before, we actually had 27 people for brunch here at Catalina, and everyone was comfortable and found a private place to be. And this boat truly lives up to its name. The name is Friendship, and that's all about spending a lot of time with wonderful people on the water. This is one of the most inconspicuous parts of this boat, and one of the most important. This is a cockpit. And this same boat was made without a cockpit. It's just called a motor yacht. In my opinion, a cockpit makes a boat a boat. This is where you do your living and you do your boating. You do your barbecuing, you do your fishing. You have a good dinghy davit system, electric dinghy davit, that allows you to put a boat in the water very quickly, get it on and off the boat very quickly, place to put the outboards. It's just an important part, and I believe that without this, Friendship would not be a boat. I think having a cockpit, having a space near the water, having a place to jump in the water and swim and get on and off a dinghy conveniently is just an important part of what boating is all about. Otherwise, you might as well have a houseboat. This is a synchronized throttle control that allows you to keep both engines in sync at the same time automatically. Above that is your course computer for your automatic pilot. You have 2 stations, one down below and one up above. These are trim gauges that tell you the position of your trim tabs at all time. This is a VHF. We have a separate VHF down below and above, which gives you redundancy and also the convenience of being able to talk from both locations. This is the Raymarine Tridata ST60, which gives you speed, depth, water temperature, and also log your cumulative miles traveled. This is your rudder indicator that gives you the angle of your rudder at any time. It helps you maneuver. This is the control for your bow thruster, which makes maneuvering in tight conditions, especially when going slow, very valuable. This is your Furuno color GPS plotter and echo sounder and fish finder. This is Steve Curran saying goodbye until our tacks cross again. Thanks for spending the last few minutes with us. Thank you for sharing friendship with us. And please, if I can be of any assistance at all, give me a call or send me an email. Thank you very much.